Today, autoimmune hair loss versus hereditary hair loss. Why I decided to discuss today autoimmune, an autoimmune response and a hereditary response, because as I said, most persons, when you say hair loss, they all categorize hair loss under one label. So someone could be specialized in some type of hair loss, and as far as most persons are concerned, because they don't know, they will just see it as, all right, I'm going to see about my hair loss. Hair loss should be categorized. That's what it should be, categorized. Right? So I'm going to talk about two types today, which is autoimmune hair loss and androgenetic hereditary hair loss. Now, hereditary hair loss is called androgenetic alopecia because it's from the male androgens, and you must have the sensitivity to that androgen for it to form into dihydrotestosterone. So your testosterone is what is really, should I say, kicking you? Your testosterone is what is converted into dihydrotestosterone via an enzyme called alpha reductase. When both guys meet in your system, they convert into dihydrotestosterone, DHT, and boom, after a while, this is gonna, it makes a serum that actually migrates to the scalp. And so far, science has not been able to say exactly why only the top crown area for most men is where they would suffer the hair loss. The sides and the back is always considered the donor area. Yes, send me hearts if I'm saying what you like. Send me the hearts. Thank you. That's what makes androgenetic alopecia something that particular thing, it still can't be explained. But what we know though is if you were to do different things internally, what would happen is these two guys, we need to stop them from meeting. Testosterone, alpha reductase. So that's why, yes, send me those hearts, hereditary hair loss here. Yeah, that's why we always say, stop the guys from meeting. So we use blockers. So it's called DHT inhibitors. DHT inhibitors, yes, thanks for coming back. DHT inhibitors is what is used internally to really stop those two guys from meeting. And you hear what I'm saying, eh? Since the androgen is male androgens, I'm saying those two guys. You know, so that's the alpha reductase and the testosterone, so that they would not form that dihydrotestosterone. And even if it's formed a bit, it will be a bit it would be a bit weaker, so it would not be able to reap as much havoc on your scalp. If you're understanding what I'm saying, I don't want to get too technical, but if I'm understanding, give me some hearts. Let me know that you're understanding. Yes, it's clear. That's what makes that happen to most men, and it also is responsible partially for 70% of hair loss in women. But the thing about hereditary hair loss, you have to inherit the gene. That genes, you must inherit the genes. If you don't, then you will not suffer with that type of hair loss. But now, we're looking at autoimmune hair loss to hereditary type hair loss. So we understand that part of it. Yes, send me some hearts, send me some hearts. So we understand that part. We understand that androgenetic alopecia is formed by two guys, testosterone and alpha reductase. When those two guys meet, they form dihydrotestosterone. So when you see everywhere, you're hearing things like DHT inhibitors, DHT inhibitors, DHT inhibitors, then you understand what it's trying to do, what the whole term of DHT inhibitors is actually applying to do internally. And there are some products that externally, that when you put them on also, they cut the DHT just a little by penetrating the scalp slightly. But the internal factor is the factor that is most important for you to deal with. Once you have that factor, at least you start, because if you have the inhibitors, less and less receptors attach to the follicle, to that papilla area, less and less attached to that root, the less attached there is, the more nutrients will be able to get through and strengthen your hair more and more. Once that is happening, once that DHT inhibitor is working really well for you, it's going to at least assist you for you to start back growing some healthy hair. So when I say that we can slow it down, there are lots of things that we can do to slow that hair loss down. It's things though, because it's a hereditary factor, those things are things that will have to be continued. Yes, you would have to continue some of these things because you have the genes. So let's look now. Yes. So let's look at autoimmune. Let's look at your immune system. Now, God has blessed us with so many possibilities. Our immune system is supposed to go out there and defend us. If something falls on your skin, our immune system is fast to the area, goes really quickly, sends antibodies to that area to shut it down, to prevent anything from entering the internal environment. Our immune system does a real good job in our defense. But sometimes there could be a malfunctioning in the immune system. And it would be seeing certain cells in your system, it could be seen as a foreign agent. And what it's going to do, that's what the job it's built to do, is to prevent any foreign invaders from entering your system. So it's going to launch an attack on whatever it sees as a foreign agent in your system. As I always say, your hair is only an appendage of your skin. It's internal. It's down there. Hey Ash. Hey, yes, thanks for coming in. It's there. It's there. It's going to launch that attack from the minute it sees something is taking place. Now, our skin, our hair is one of the fastest growing. Oh, Toronto, thanks for visiting. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. Yes, it sends that signal. Once that signal is picked up, it's going to launch an attack. Now, when it launched that attack, we're discussing autoimmune hair loss versus hereditary type hair loss. That's what we're discussing. So right now I'm on autoimmune hair loss. Our hair is one of the fastest growing cells in our body. It replicates so quickly that when it's picked up as a foreigner, or for some reason your system going to hyper, for as far as your autoimmune system, it's going to launch an attack and start attacking your good normal cells. So hereditary hair loss is what it is. Somebody tell me, tell me, since if I'm speaking and you're understanding what I'm saying, somebody put it up there for me. Put it up there. Tell me, what is hereditary hair loss? Tell me what is hereditary hair loss. Yeah, got it. Yeah, what is hereditary hair loss? Hereditary hair loss is the type of hair loss that you are susceptible to if you have the genes for it. Unlike autoimmune hair loss, is when your immune system sees your hair follicle as a foreign agent and start to attack the foreign agent. Now, most of the time, you have an autoimmune issue is because, yes, it's because there's some disruption internally that is causing your immune system to react in that manner. That's what it's doing. It's reacting. Your immune system is seeing, just like when you have rheumatoid arthritis, you have things like lupus. All of those are autoimmune response. They're illness, but they send that autoimmune response in your system. So that's why there's so many persons who suffer with lupus and diseases like that could end up with so much scarring because the immune system is on a path to destroy anything that may have adverse reactions internally. And your body only see your hair as, why did that happen? The autoimmune system just malfunctioned. If your autoimmune system is malfunctioning, it's malfunctioning. You know, and most of the time, as I always say, hair loss most times is a side effect to different things that may be happening internally. Why it malfunctions? So far, nobody can say exactly why. That's why no one can prevent an autoimmune issue like psoriasis. It can't be prevented. Once you have it, then it could be controlled. It's not curable, but we can control it. No, I'm not kidding. No, I'm not kidding. And the thing is that the information is there. It's there. But once you have an autoimmune problem, no, they don't. No, they don't. And that's the reality. That's the reality. I'm sure you heard the saying, there's more questions than answers. But what we do is try to understand. We try to understand what the issue is. Because something have to cause this to just suddenly start happening. So we try to understand the issue. What is causing this? So that we can put you on a program to control. That's what we do. We try to put you on a program to control the issue. Now that program most times would always be an internal program. Since your autoimmune system is sending those antibodies to defend you, and that is happening from inside. Yes? And I'm sure that your doctor would be able to do the things that is necessary to assist you with that issue. Rheumatoid arthritis, I'm sure they would assist you with that issue. That should not be, in today's society, There are so many problems. Yes, that's one of the things that can cause you to react a little more, you know, because there is more than one issue coming together there. The coldness, more than one issue coming together there, you know. But when you look at hair loss, with once it's an autoimmune type hair loss, if it's not caught in time before your follicles is destroyed, you will have an issue of scarring. Once your follicles is built up with fibrous tissue, then there's no way that that will grow back. Sad, but that's the reality. For all who just came in, my name is Jermaine Williams Beckles. I support women who suffer with hair and scalp disorders. Why women? Most men, which is who suffer with hair loss, suffer with like 95 to 97% of them suffer with androgenetic alopecia. Androgenetic alopecia is not so difficult for us to control anymore. You can control androgenetic alopecia. Again, we always need to really have this dream. Like, hi Nicole. Hi Nicole, thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. Yes, I'm discussing androgenetic alopecia versus autoimmune. The autoimmune system really do take us for a ride. That's what it does. I consider that system because there are so many autoimmune issues. If you think about the air that we breathe, yes, autoimmune, your immune system, the one that automatically helps you when you need to be protected. When your cells, it sends inflammation to different areas to actually cushion and protect you, protect your internal environment from from the hostile, from external, anything hostile, you know. So that's what it does. She might be having this. Then she need to have it checked. Then she need to have it checked out. The thing is, when you have those type of issues, you need to have it checked. As I said, the hair loss, most times it's a side effect of something that could be happening internally. So you don't wait for the hair to be gone. You don't wait for all that scarring to take place before you go out and seek help. You should go out and seek help. If you're seeing that you are experiencing, yes, tell her. Because if you see that you are experiencing hair loss is not a matter of, oh, it's just my hair, you know, and it's just a few grains of hair falling out, so I'm going to see about it later. Oh, okay, she has really long hair down to her knees. That's long hair. Yes, that's really long hair. You know, most people don't carry the hair that long anymore. But it's good to see some persons who actually have that as their pride and their joy, you know, having this really long, you know, strands of hair. But when you look at the autoimmune issue, once you look at it, it's a serious issue. There are so many types. Right now I'm running a series for the newspaper that I write for. I'm running a series on the alopecia we call cicatricial alopecia, which is scarring alopecia. And it's scarring alopecia because once you fall within that category of cicatricial alopecia, you are suffering with autoimmune response. It's an autoimmune response. Once that happens, if it's not seen about, Dream Life have been losing here since that may be post. That may be postpartum. That's what that is. You know, but I'll tell you what, that also is easy for us to deal with. That's okay. That's okay. That is easy still once it is after. that baby. Once it's after, it's still easy to deal with. Now, the only thing though, Nicole, sometimes you may have more than one type of hair loss. So let's take, for instance, you have postpartum hair loss, and you're not doing anything, you're not taking care of it as you should, but somewhere in your family history you have hair loss. So now we're looking at androgenetic alopecia. So you're looking at the hereditary type hair loss. So what could happen is you have two types of hair loss could be taking place now. The one that you didn't take care of via nutritionally, yes. You have that, and then it can exacerbate your androgenetic response. So now instead of you losing hair much later in life, you can't be losing the hair. You know, you can't start seeing the pattern, that female pattern that develops. So you have to take care, and you need to take care of that other hair loss. Once you take care of that other hair loss, most likely, if you do have androgenetic alopecia in your family, it may take a much longer for that event to occur. And consolation soon. Yes, and sometimes, like I always ask, what's your healthy hair and scalp goals? Why I ask what is your healthy hair and scalp goals is because most persons who I see coming to me after 5 and 10 years of really that expression of hair loss. They've been getting an expression of hair loss for 10 years. And the only bad thing though about that, apart from the hair loss being very advanced, is most persons, by the time they come in, they already lost more than 50% of their hair, and they would like to see it grow back next month. They would love to see their hair back on by next month, but it took them 10 years to lose that hair. But they would love to see it back by next month. There's no magician working on hair loss. Not that I know of that. Not that I know of. Once you decide, yeah. But you see, the thing is, once you decide that you are going to follow directions and follow a pattern, once we work out a strategy for you, and you decide that you are going to follow this pattern, once you continue, your hair will grow back. That's providing it's postpartum and it's also hereditary factor. That hair is going to grow back. But if you have an autoimmune issue, yes, Nicole, if you have an autoimmune issue, then you will have a big problem. I have seen some persons with autoimmune hair loss. They came in last year. Some of them came in last year, like early last year. They came in, they decided they would not go in, they didn't want to be bothered, they didn't have that time to do their treatments and so. And the bad thing is, they came back. And when they came back, like one came back in December, now it's costing her much more money to implement what I had to recommend for her than if she had started earlier in the year. The hair loss was significant between January and December. Significant. I mean, it was different. You could have seen when she first came, we were now getting the vibrations of hair loss. So there was, some hair was coming out, and, you would see all the bulbs. So it was too much more than that 100 strands. So it was too much for natural hair fall. But when she came back in December, her hair was missing in patches. Now, I told her it was an autoimmune issue she had. In January, I said, you are suffering with cicatricial alopecia. We need to start as aggressive on this as any other disease. As any disease that you start working with aggressively, we need to start treating this hair loss aggressively. We need it to be. But she waited because she said, oh, I need a next opinion on this, you know. But she ended up still back here in my office. December, now she comes regularly. She has to be in here every single week. Every week, twice a week, for treatments. For us to try to capture the small hairs that are still there, and also to strengthen the ones that she has, that she remained with. So for me, what I would always say, you need to deal with hair loss. First, understand what category you fall into, and you need to deal with hair loss as an emergency. That's what it should be. Because as I said, most hair loss is a side effect of something that is happening. Most hair loss. And it's something that is happening internally. Wouldn't you want to know what is happening internally? For anyone who just came, my name is Dr. Jermaine Williams Beckles. I'm a trichologist, a coach, speaker, and an author. I just wrote the book, Why Am I Losing My Hair? You can get more information about me if you scroll down at the bottom of the screen. You can go to JermaineWilliamsBeckles.com, our website, and see what I do. Learn a bit more about what I do. I'm always here to give advice and to assist persons who would like to work with me and who want to understand more about their hair loss. Right now, that's what I'm teaching on, hair loss. Since hair loss is a trend, and everywhere you turn, you hear that word. Hair loss, hair loss, hair loss. Why am I losing my hair? That's what I continue hearing from persons with their hair loss. So is there any questions for me before I go? I hope I was able to support some of you. Is there any questions? Very, very good. That Nicole, actually is what we call essential, one in particular, essential fatty acids. And without essential fatty acids, it's one of the catalysts that we need to grow healthy hair and scalp. It helps you with the collagen in your skin. New York, I'm in New York. Okay, they're in New York. Okay, hi New York. Hi New York. Yes, linseed, flaxseed, same thing, same thing. You know, so I always tell persons you need to add at least 1 spoon to your breakfast or to one of your meals when the day comes. It really do assist you with the collagen, and it also helps you to grow healthy hair and scalp. Very important. Is there any more questions for me before I go? All right, so linseed, flaxseed, yes, New York. Yes, you can. Why am I losing my hair? Yes, you can. You can go and pre-order. And anyone that you know that may need the information on diabetes is from A to Z. And then I actually teach you on the different types of hair loss that you also can suffer when you are suffering with diabetes, as well as there are some recipes in there for you to grow healthy hair and scalp. So you can go to Amazon. We have a link on also. There's a link on the website. You can just go to the bottom of the screen to JermainWilliamsBeckles.com, click, and you can go across, and there's a link there. There's even reviews. There are even reviews that a couple doctors give to me. There are reviews, and they are really good reviews, I must say. I like how some person responded when they saw the content of the book. The response was really good. And I know if you know of anyone who's suffering with diabetes, that's also an excellent book. Excellent book for that person. So it has a lot about hair loss, it has about diabetes, and healthy foods for you to grow healthy hair and scalp. So this is Germain Williams Beckles signing off. Is there any other questions for me? I hope I was able to really give you some support. So I will be back tomorrow. I'm playing with the hours. Is this time a good time? 3 p.m. East? No, the book in the Amazon, no. But on the website, Understanding Hair Loss is a PDF, and we are giving that one for free. But Why Am I Losing My Hair is not for free. That one, that one is on Amazon. You know, so you can go look for Why Am I Losing My Hair on Amazon. All right? Is there any other questions for me? Jubilee? Any other questions before I go? So you can still swipe and share, so anyone who's coming in later may be able to replay this this broadcast today. So I'm going, yes, bye. Bye for now.